Yes sir, and we're back for the hour mark. And it means we only got 1 hour left here on the Moody Without music stream. Warsaw is Radio Live, the only station you show love, you get love. And tonight we're doing so towards Vincent Rockafella. We also heard the first banger from him of the evening, which pretty much sums his entire game down. He's top notch grinding. He's really about this. The way he talks, you can really understand where he's coming from and you can relate. And those artists, people in general, by the way, are rare nowadays because content wise, or I don't even know how to say it in English, but in the inside, most people are pretty shallow nowadays. But that's pretty much all I want to say in English because I have to make the switch to Dutch, chop it up, and translate it. Translate the first part of the conversation into Dutch. So bear with me. By the way, after the first banger of the evening from our guest of the night called Top Notch Grinding, we listened to Neezy J with Chocolate Mics. I hope I said that right, but in my opinion, there was another banger as well. But yeah, let me do the switch and I will talk to you in a bit for the second part of the conversation. After I did the recap in Dutch, the translation, etc., we're gonna listen to Main Laveau with Whispers. Then we're gonna listen to Problem with Just Outside, followed by Jamet with Wipe. And then we're gonna go to the Netherlands for one song before we're gonna go to the second installment of the evening from today's guest. With that being said, talk to you in a bit and it's up for the Dutch gibberish. Zoals ik dus al zei in het Engels, dat was alweer het eerste uur van de Moody Without music stream hier op War Stories Radio Live. Het enige station waar je liefde geeft en je liefde krijgt. En voor ik het vergeet, mocht je ook nog een dope interview met mij willen of met Hoeda LK, Mzilla, The General, word member van de website www.wsradiolive.com en claim je interviewspot. Met dat gezegd hebben, een van de personen die dat wel heeft gedaan of inmiddels heeft gedaan is Vincent Rockafella. In het eerste gedeelte van het gesprek hadden we het voornamelijk over zijn invloeden, zijn kijk op bepaalde dingen zoals de gibberish muziek, de mumble rap nowadays. Ook hij is er geen fan van, net als ik. Ik luister er vrijwel niet naar, omdat ik hou van content en niet van geluiden. Althans, het moet kloppen, maar dat terzijde. We hebben dus te maken met een storyteller. Daarom zijn er ook vrijwel al zijn voorbeelden, de grootheden van back in the days. Ik hoef ze niet te noemen, de Tupac, de Biggie, de Nas. Dat zijn degenen die destijds voor de banger zorgen. Nowadays is dat een J. Cole. Ook hij is een van de favorieten. Russ, een van mijn favorieten, staat ook in zijn lijstje. Is by the way een artiest uit dezelfde stad als waar hij vandaan komt. Texas. Wist ik trouwens niet. Maar dat heeft misschien ook te maken, of dat laat misschien ook wel zien hoe de werkmentaliteit is in Texas. Want Russ, een van mijn favoriete artiesten, je weet dat hij op zijn grind is, altijd bezig is met muziek. En zo is onze gast van vandaag, Vincent Rockafella, ook ingesteld. Altijd bezig met muziek, werkt daarnaast om het vervolgens weer te pompen in zijn muziekcarrière. Maar ik moet je eerlijk zeggen, naast zijn muziek of buiten zijn muziek dropt hij ook jams in zijn praten en doen en laten. Het is een persoon met goede energie. We hadden het trouwens ook over of de vraag, zou hij tekenen bij een label? De vraag is nee, ik doe het liever zelf. Maar als mensen zoals J. Cole aankloppen, dan zal ik erover nadenken. Ik weet trouwens dat de connectie hier en daar het de wensen overliet. Maar ik hoop dat alles verstaanbaar was. Zo niet, dan heb je zojuist te horen gekregen waar het in grote mate over ging. We hebben over een half uurtje hebben we nog een tweede gedeelte van het gesprek. En vervolgens hebben we nog drie tracks voordat we de show gaan afsluiten. En dat betekent dat we dus ook gaan kijken naar morgen en overmorgen. Morgen is de tijd voor Hoeda LK Presents. Dat is om 1 uur s'nachts, dus eigenlijk is dat overmorgen. En de dag daarna, zelfde tijd, zelfde plek, is de tijd voor de Rilla Show. Met yours truly en Hoeda LK Presents. Met dat gezegd hebben we nog een minuutje te gaan met mijn gezeik. En gaan we daarna luisteren naar een aantal bangers, voordat we 1 nummer uit Nederland hebben. En vervolgens de tweede banger van de avond hebben van onze gast. Het eerste nummer is van Main Laveau met Whispers. Daarna hebben we Problem met Just Outside. Jamet met Wipe. Jantje met level optillen. En daarna is het tijd voor de tweede banger van de avond. Van onze gast van vandaag, Vincent Rockafella. Ik wil een grote shout-out doen naar onze gast van vandaag, de mensen in de chat. En met dit gezegd hebben, ga ik het gedeelte afsluiten. En wil ik je nog één keer attenderen op member te worden op de website. It's your boy IBJ. Je luistert naar de Moody Without music stream hier op War Stories Radio Live. Het enige station waar je liefde geeft en je liefde krijgt. Bang!
Showing not doing donuts all in that race. Yeah, his man. Don't be a hater.
About your past, said I had to leave his ass cause I couldn't turn trash into treasure. Yeah. But you can turn treasure into trash. Just look at my past. Look at my past, look at my past. Reason we didn't last cause you can't turn trash into treasure. Yeah.
And we're back. That was yet another 30-minute segment, or at least it was 20 because I want to bring in today's guest. Let me do a quick recap in Dutch before I come back in English and reintroduce or bring him back into the conversation. Met dat gezegd hebben, een snelle recap. Want ik wil overschakelen naar het gesprek, tweede gedeelte van het gesprek. Dus een aantal tracks die we hebben afgespeeld het afgelopen uur. We begonnen zojuist met Whispers van Main Lefo, gevolgd door Problem met Just Outside. Daarna hadden we Jamet met Wipe, gevolgd door het enige nummer uit Nederland van dit segment. En die kwam van Jantje, Level optillen. Zometeen hebben we het tweede gedeelte van het gesprek. Daarna hebben we Snow the Product na het derde en laatste installment van de avond. Even kijken, want ik krijg tegelijkertijd ook berichtjes binnen wat in dit geval niet heel veel goed is voor mij. Maar met dat gezegd hebben we dus nog maar een aantal nummers te gaan na het tweede gedeelte van het gesprek. En met dat gezegd hebben ga ik ook weer de switch maken naar Engels, zodat het makkelijker is om onze gast van vandaag er weer terug bij te halen. With that being said, I'm gonna switch back to English, name the couple songs which we played the last 20 minutes, and then it's time to bring our guest back in, because like you can hear about my voice, I'm excited to do so, because we got a lot to talk about this last segment. So we started off with Main Level with Whispers, followed by Problem and Just Outside. Then we had Jamet with Wipe, and after that the only song from this segment from the Netherlands, coming from Jantje with Level optillen. And after that we had the second installment of the evening from our guest, Vincent Rockafella with Trash into Treasure. And to me there was yet another banger. I hope you liked it as well. And with that being said, I'm gonna bring in the applause, switch scenes, and make sure everybody can hear our guest of today, because it's time to bring him back. Welcome back, fam.
Good to be back. Appreciate it.
Did you have the chance to listen to the show by any chance? Because I'm curious what you thought about the music.
I am. I have to say, Problem. I've been listening to Problem for about, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 years. I've always loved Problem. He and I both feel the same way about music, that you should write what you see. So I relate.
So that means that you like the choices which are made to put in today's playlist?
Yeah, you had some energy. There was a song. There was a song you had with a dude on the hook kept saying, "Look, wipe me down, little bitch. Wipe me down, little hoe." I like that. I like from where is he from? The one who was from out of the States. He's from.
You mean the only song which I played from the Netherlands?
All right.
You like
Who is that?
His name is Jantje, and Jantje is a very typical Dutch name. I think 1 out of 1,000 maybe still named like that. It's a very old school name, but he's on the come up. He recently signed with one of the bigger labels, but he still got everything under his own. Um, he's still managing everything himself, so he only got the backup from the label, but besides that, still independent. But yeah, he's uprising at the moment. He's from the same city as I am, so I had to represent something from my hometown. And yeah, the choice was Jantje, so I'm glad you like that.
I like that. I want to hear more.
Well, in that case, I might send you his. I'm not familiar with him in person, but I will send over the YouTube channel because yeah, we have to support each other. But before we break into you as a person and more about your music, I got 5 random questions. They should be short or make it as long as you want, but I still want to go back to you as an artist and see what's on the horizon, project and music wise. So first up, what used to be considered trashy but is now very classy?
Uh, what is now very classic.
Yeah, these are the random. These are the questions which I warned about beforehand. These are the actual random questions. So this is the first out of 5. What used to be trashy but is now considered classy?
Okay. Um, I'm gonna say cut off jeans. Uh, when people used to wear the jeans with all the holes in them and stuff like that, with the cuts in there, that used to be trashy, and then now that's classy. A lot of people wear that. My old relationship.
Do I need to cut it out? No, I won't. But good one.
I had a prior relationship, which is what Trash and Treasure is about. About a relationship that was trash, and now me and my new relationship with my lady, with my woman, who's going to be my wife one day.
Mhm.
Now that's treasure. So my last relationship trashy. My new
Maybe this was a wrong question to put in there, man. But yeah, I didn't set this up beforehand. So if the missus is around, this was all how do you say that? It was all real. It wasn't set up. There was an honest answer from him. Second one: if extra lives were a thing in the real world, how would you get them?
if what were a lie in the real world.
No, if extra lives, like a video game, when you can get like GTA, you get wasted, but you can have a second
Extra
life. Yeah, how would you get them in real life? Like a suspensory, dispensaries, or whatever.
If extra lives were a real thing, how would I get them? I guess being kind and decent to people.
Good hearted.
Um,
Okay.
Good human beings might get you extra lives. I don't know. I mean, somebody maybe have to give them to you, like, hey, you were real good to me, man. Here's an extra life.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Would it go the other way around as well? So if you are a shitty person, or does karma, in this case, would karma kick in and take a life?
Yeah. Yeah. Karma should kick in and take a life. All
Fair
right.
enough.
We need
So
to.
for all those fuckers, make sure be glad that it isn't like that. Okay, next one. Share a life hack that you picked up over the years.
Um, if you say you're going to be there, right? If you say you're going to do something, do it, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression, right? So a life hack to make a good first impression, which is everything, is to whatever you agree to do it.
Nice answer. That's a nice one. Um, the next one might be a bit. No, it isn't. It isn't. Let me just ask it. What will be the worst thing for the government to make illegal? I know they already done that multiple times, but And I don't want to jinx anything, but still, what would be something which they still can make illegal? What would be the worst thing?
Um, that's a good one. Well, if they made, I'm gonna go easy. If they made making music illegal or something like that, that would people would people would revolt.
Facts.
People would
So that
always
if they take away freedom of speech, well, let's make it more general.
they took away freedom of speech or something like that, it'd be over for the government. What you saw a few weeks ago would be nothing.
Hey, they're rioting right now in the Netherlands as well, all over the place, because we have a curfew now. There are other things which aren't in place. The vaccines, we as a community or the Dutch people all think, or the majority think, is bullshit. So they're all rioting at the moment. So I get that. If that would be another thing on top of that, it wouldn't be riots. It would be a full blown war. Last one.
Yeah,
If
well,
and this one is a more positive, I wanna end on a positive note before we go back to you. If someone asked to be your apprentice and learn all that you know, what would you teach them?
yeah, that's really good. Um, well, if they wanted to be my apprentice, you got to show me that you can do what you promised. You got to show me that you can do what you said you were going to do. First of all, 'cause if you tell me you're going to do something, you don't do it. It's a problem, and I don't really know you that well, so I got to teach you that. People need you need to have good people skills. If you're going to follow me and make music, well then you need to live life and whatever you need to be sensitive to the things going on around you, right? Because that's where music comes from for me. So you need to be sensitive to the riots all around the world, uh, women's rights, men's rights. You need to be able to lead people really well. You can grow into that. I can teach you that. You're my apprentice. And yeah, you got to be able to treat people right, and I help you make sense of things.
Fair enough. So instead of just making them a better artist, you would make them a better person as a whole. That's nice, man. And I think that's a thing which you should do as a master or however you want to call that in that case, to actually help the person and just not just with the particular thing they ask you to learn them. So yeah, nice answer, man. With that being said, let's go back to you and your music. First up, we already did just a bit, but break down the second song of the evening which we played, Trash into Treasure. When did it also? Yeah, when did you recorded it? Did you already release the song?
Yeah, I already recorded it. It's on Spotify right now. You know, follow me on Twitter. Um, and I post it all the time. You know, my Instagram's on here. You go to that. You see the many videos I've made out of it, and basically it's just about like I said, two relationships. I like to try to write about things that are relatable, things that you'll understand, I'll understand. You're in the Netherlands, you understand trash and treasure, right?
Facts.
Uh,
Yeah, it was relatable, man. Like the other songs as well, but yeah, let's keep it on this one. It was relatable.
and thank you, and so that's all it's about, and it's really I'm really teaching or imparting knowledge. Mistakes I made, you don't have to make those. Um, Hopefully, you find something and you hold on to it, and maybe I'll work it out. But trash and the treasure is just about letting something go and you have tight, holding on to it.
It's a lot like a red line into your music, right? So to stay positive, but also yeah, keep an eye on everything around you. Um, who produced this song? Was it the same producer like as the last song, the previous song?
Same producer. Well, this was produced by a guy named PK. PKB.
Okay, PKB. Okay.
It's on YouTube. You look him up. P.S. and Podcast Kite Beat, and he's very talented.
Okay. And you said that this one already dropped. When did you drop the song?
I dropped the song in November, like right after a little bit after I
Okay.
dropped it. So it's been, it's been a rotation 3, 4 months now, and uh, people appreciate it, and I appreciate all the love I've been getting. People like yourself reach out to me. I'm always gonna reach back. Anybody reach out to me about anything like this.
But that's how you
So,
build an actual fan base, right? Instead of just, well, I think engagement in general as a public figure, because as an artist, that's what you are, has to be on point. Because otherwise, you're just one out of a million. So the fact that you do that and keep in touch with the people that reach out to you only benefits you in the long run, man. So yeah, nice. By the way, are you only dropping singles, or has it been the thing from the past, or are you currently working on a project?
so I've worked on project. I got a project on all the streaming platforms called Two Sides to a Story.
Two sides to your
And
story. Okay.
you type in Top Notch Grinding on any streaming platform. Two sides to every story is going to pop up. That was a few years ago. So right now the plan is to drop 2 more singles and then put out an EP. So the
Okay.
EP is going to be
The
coming out.
audio fell off just at the point that you were naming the title. I don't know if that's a hint from the galaxy that you shouldn't bring it out yet, but in case it wasn't the title, what was the title for the upcoming project? If it goes away again, then it shouldn't be it shouldn't be out there yet. But yeah, let's try.
It's just called Black Noise, and it had a lot to do with the world as I see it. So as things get closer, we'll release more.
Okay, and these songs, these two upcoming singles which you are about to drop, are they included in the project or did it make the cut?
No, they're included. They're included in the project. Um, I plan to drop maybe 5 songs on there, so I got a few more to go, and then by April I'll have the EP out.
Okay, so it's already set in stone that April is gonna be the month that you drop the project?
Month I drop Black Noise. My birthday's on the 30th.
Okay,
Um, Hopefully happen before then, but these streaming platforms, man, but April when the project will drop.
okay. Well, I think for projects it takes at least 3 weeks, right? I know singles takes around 2 weeks to get on all platforms. In most
Yeah,
cases,
three
if you work with Land or DistroKid, I think.
CD Baby,
CD, okay.
they're averaging about 3.5 to 3. So that's what I'm saying. You probably should be. I should, have it a few weeks before then, so that it'll give them more than enough time.
Facts. Yeah, it can rather be waiting to be released than you have to say something on social media that it has to be rescheduled. So a good move to not have a exact time frame, but still, yeah, still a time frame in which they can expect it. But five songs in total, you said, right?
But
Okay, and
yeah,
are these all produced by the same producer? Are you working with the same producers from YouTube? Working with other ones?
well, I'm actually working with um, a producer I know. Um, I'm not going to mention any names just yet because I'm working with a few of them,
Okay. Hey, you
and
don't
I'm
want to
not sure
jinx
which
it?
out. But I'm working with a few producers I know. Other dudes I do find on YouTube, which I just enjoy listening to music, and every once in a while something to catch my ear, and I'll write something to it. So yeah, some of the other beats are from YouTube producers.
Okay, and just to make sure all the 5 songs from the project are already finished, or are you still working on them?
Oh, still work in progress, still work in progress. So I got a few songs I need to just go to the studio, record, and then patent out CD Baby, get all my business stuff right, and then release it. But they're written, they just haven't been all recorded yet.
Okay.
So
And
everything right.
will they have any features?
Uh, I that song, but other than that, uh, not much. I want this because I'm in a group, Top Notch Grinding. So
Mm-hmm.
it's me and my business partner D Swan. We've worked on so many songs together that as an artist, you want to see what's out there for just you, see what kind of fan base that you can develop with just you in mind,
Mm-hmm.
and then once I'm done with this project, we'll work on another one for us. But he's doing his by himself. I'm doing mine by myself, and just having fun with it, being creative. Nobody's saying no but me.
Smart, but
Yeah.
also on the same time, since you do both your own thing, once you join forces again, boss, those people who you build up if individually should come together and make the how do you say that, the exposure bigger for the both of you. So hopefully that works out like that.
That'd be lovely. That's what we're working towards right now. And the beautiful part about it is people are responding. So blessing,
They should, fam.
blessing. And, I gotta appreciate people like you, Moody, man. You doing your thing.
No, man, but it's also because of the message behind your music. For those who missed it in the first part or just tuned in, your music is all about, or has a red wire through it, about positivity. Also, a lot of storytelling in it from things which is relatable for other people. So, if you aren't familiar with his music, make sure to check it out as well. We're not quite done yet, but before we forgot about it, let the people know how they can find you and get in contact with you. So the social medias, the platforms which you had to fill in for Spotify and those kind of things. How can people find you, man?
That's it. So you can find me on Instagram, Instagram.com, Vincent Rockafella, TNG, right after. Moody has it up on his screen, exactly how to spell it. That's one way. I'm also on Twitter at VinRock83, VINROCK 83. After that, my links are also on my Facebook, Facebook.com, Vincent Rockefeller, TNG, same way. And all my links are on there. My Spotify's are on there. And anybody reaches out to me, I'm reaching back.
Dope, dope. And also easy to find. I like when people do that. I try to do the same with my socials, etc. So it's just one thing to look up. Sometimes it's not always possible since there's a weirdo who is had the same name for some reason. But yeah, it's good thing that you that you have everything lined up for the people. So again, if you haven't heard it, Vincent Rockefeller TNG on pretty much all the social medias, and except the TNG part, that's the same thing you have to fill in for the music. Did I say it correctly?
All right.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we still got 7 minutes left. We're also gonna listen to one more song after those 7 minutes, which is called Black Life Cost. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
Can you break that down for us? Because that sounds like a more heavy, heavy song than the previous one. I can be mistaken because I'm not sure if I checked this one. I think I only checked the first two. Sorry if that's the case, but yeah, what's that song about?
So what it's basically about is, as a black man, we and as a black person, period, in the states. I don't know how it is around the world all the way. I've never.
Well, at least here's the same thing. It's worse in the States, but it's going the same direction, unfortunately, in this side of the world, man. But yeah, proceed.
I hate to hear that. But yeah, we go through a lot, we see a lot of happen. I wrote so there's a person in this song I wrote this about black woman in Fort Worth, Texas, which is about 30 minutes from me.
Okay.
But the police, shot her in her house, and it was so sad to that's where the inspiration comes from. That's why I say I try to be as sensitive as possible to everything around me so that it can come back in a song or I could use it somehow.
Hmm.
So it's just about that. It's about making people think because honestly, what's happening is there's a lot of people who see the world a certain way, and that's okay. But if you're not listening, not doing any listening, if you're doing all the talking but you're not doing any listening, things won't change.
Facts.
So my song is hopefully somebody can listen to it and I don't know, maybe hearing it on a different platform than what you're used to, and hopefully with such a chord that start a conversation
Hmm.
that will the nation.
Yeah, and hopefully spread more awareness. So at some point, and unfortunately, I have to say that I don't see it happening, but at some point that it will change and even stop. But yeah, that's why I said it the way I said it. We're
Yeah,
living in a strange world, and even though those things are getting more news time,
yeah,
it still becomes worse and worse. And I honestly don't get it. I don't want to dwell off too much about it, even though it's a very heavy topic. But yeah, something has to change, and I'm with you that with awareness, hopefully there's more. How do you say that? The people are more woke as well, and hopefully at some point or they grow the balls to all come together and stand up to things that aren't right. um, yeah, individually we can't do shit. I'm not even gonna apologize about my language. We can't do shit by ourselves. So again, we need people like you not only to spread awareness and a message in music, but also hopefully to bring people together. So again, at some point we can stand up to all the wrongs in the world. um, yeah,
none of that.
that hit home for everyone, fam, and it's I know it's again it's even worse in the states, and yeah, not only black people. I think the Spanish people or the Mexican people has the same or similar issues over there as well. What it all comes down to is that we should work together more and support each other more instead of fighting each other, because in most cases it's miscommunication and misunderstanding which causes those unfortunate things to happen. So please listen to people like Vincent over here and his music. Wake up, see what's around you, and stand up for yourself and each other, man. That hit home for a second, and I'm sorry if I took away too much time from you. But yeah, you again, not only with that song, but yeah, the other previous songs as well. You got a red wire in it, which is very relatable, not only for me, but I think a lot of people. So that's only more reason to check out your music and follow you on all the social medias. Again, for those who missed it, once again, tell them how they can find you before we're gonna segment into the last song.
Sure. Once again, Vincent Rockefeller, uh, TNG after my name on Instagram, uh, Facebook. You can also find me on Twitter, BenRock83, and very easy to find, very easy to talk to. Like I said, you talk to me back and appreciate love. Moody, I appreciate you for having me on. You got a fan, and I'm rocking.
Likewise, and I think a couple more in the chat as well. Not only for your music, but also the way you talk things and positive things into existence. So yeah, man, it was my pleasure to have you on the show. Once that project drops in April, give me a heads up so we can check if I got an open spot near that date. Otherwise, on Sunday we also got the Rilla show. That's with me and Huda. Huda's the co-owner of the station, and we have a collaborated show on Sunday. So if it's not on this show, if you like to, I would love to have you back on the Rilla show just to see how things are going and hopefully to boost listeners towards your music. Again, it was a pleasure. Um, we still got a minute and a half left. Is there anything else you want to say before we go out? Maybe shout outs or whatever?
Yeah. Shout out, like I said to you. Shout out to Quan. Shout out to all the people that hold me down, like my beautiful woman. Shout out to my family, all my fans who are listening. And hey man, at the end of the day, we all bleed the same color, which is red. So we
Facts.
all come from the same place, and hopefully my music will spark a conversation.
Beautiful, beautiful. Would you like to announce the song yourself?
Yeah. So without further ado, Vincent Rockefeller, we put it up. Black Life Cause. Uh, Moody dropped that bad boy.
I will, fam. Again, thanks for joining me on the show, and we will stay in contact, fam. Peace.
Hey.